Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time we defeated and recruited both Maru and re-recruited Ga. This time, well, we should probably use some magic point grinding. Might as well go back to that little triangle island, do all the grinding like we normally do. We should be fine. It's not like there's anything around here that, would make us worry. Not like a big, gigantic frickin', I have no idea what the hell that is. Hello, who are you? Did you just eat one of my characters? Okay then, God, you haven't done anything for a while. What do you got? We never got the sea aspect, so let's see if we can see what that does. Oh. Well, that was immensely less threatening than I thought it was. Oh, Celeste is back in the party. Okay, well, I guess that's fine then. Nothing to worry about at all. Yeah, the Zone Eater is level 61. He is weak to Pearl, absorbs ice, nullifies fire, bolt, poison, wind, water, and earth. You could MP kill him if you want. He has 57,000 MP, so I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it if you wanted to. However, if you wait in this battle long enough, he will engulf all your characters. When he engulfs all your characters, something unexpected happens. Don't waste turns casting Demi. Okay, I just skipped forward because he was taking too long. He just engulfed all my characters. What? Of all songs, this does not fit, you know? We get swallowed up by a giant sandworm thing, and we should be fearing for our lives, and they play this? Okay. Well, we got party members. Ga has joined. We've given him the sprint shoes, hero rings all around except for Mog. Ribbons are going to be very important. And the girls are set up to pretty much evade as much as possible, as is Ga here. We got 68% magic block with that force shield on. The force shield is fantastic. I think it absorbs some elements too. I'll put it on screen. Oh, there you go. Absorbs thunder. No, that's the thunder shield. Why can't this thing ever show the right things? Okay, you gonna show what the force shield does? It's not gonna tell. Well, it's really focused on the magic defense, as you can see by the lack of physical defense you get out of the force shield, but the force shield is so good. Anyway, give him Genji helmet, dark gear, since he can't equip anything else. Here we have Minerva's mystery veils, flame shields, and enhancers. The enhancers give you that extra 20% magic block. That's going to be really helpful. I have the Gaia gear on you because you have no other options, and because it'll actually be valuable in this upcoming area. And the reason why I brought the two girls is because I want them each to be working on spells. So we're going to set you on Tri-Talk, work on that first. Tirado we got last time, Earth Elemental. You can learn Quake, Unfocused Earth Elemental deck. I believe this targets the entire party as well. I'm not a big fan of it. Quarter, which cuts the enemies by 3/4. By the way, all of the attacks that reduce HP by a percentage, like when we fought Umaru, he had a number of those attacks that I didn't get to show off. Those are all... The status effect that you want to protect from to protect against those attacks is instant death. For whatever reason, gravity and instant death are one and the same in this game. And it's not white wind, it's whirlwind or tornado. It basically reduces HP down to critical. None of these, like, these two spells are instant death based, and if we can use an instant death spell, we might as well just use an instant death spell. So there's no point in those. Quake, Everyone would need to equip Gaia gears to make this worthwhile. It's all right. I'm not a big fan of any of those spells, though. Anyway, you're working on that. You're working on that. How long are we working on Bahamut for? Not too much longer. Okay. Let's run around in here. This area is kind of scary. Now, these guys will... Hey, Genji armor. Knock you off if you get too close. But that's the only way of getting to these two treasure chests. And welcome to hell. Oh god, they're going to kill me. Okay, here is Giga Bolt or whatever it was. So Tap Dancer, level 43, weak to poison, can use Muddle on you, hence why we have certain protections like ribbons. I didn't have enough for everybody. Not much I could do. Covert, weak to Pearl, level 44, absorbs poison. They use Vanish and they throw weapons at you. This hurts a lot. Be very careful. The enemies here are a much higher level and they're going to do a lot more damage, and not very many of them are susceptible to instant death. So we want to use, what is it? We want to use Pearl. I don't think I've learned Pearl yet. So that's unfortunate. So we're going to have to go with something that's not bio because he absorbs that. Let's go for, I don't know, Bolt 2? We really don't have a lot of good options with these characters, but I want to work on learning spells. That's the most important thing. Anyway, single targeting spells will be beneficial. You haven't learned Pearl either. That's unfortunate. I don't even know if I have access to Pearl yet. Anyway, I'll have you jump one of them. And you definitely want to get rid of those guys first. Well, there's a multi-target. That's fine. I'm good with that. So you were susceptible, you're actually weak to poison. So let's use bio on you. So there's Wind Slash. That's probably going to do a decent amount of damage, except for most of my characters are protected. Elemental protection is very important at this stage in the game. But yeah, these enemies are quite dangerous. Have Mog jump at the start of those battles, and hopefully we don't die too easily. Alright, Mog is still the only one who needs Bismarck right now, so I'm just going to let him hold on to it. How is everyone else in terms of levels? You are going to level pretty soon. What I'll do is I'll just swap Tri-Talk for Bahamut at this point. And I'll switch them back once she gains a level there. And yeah, Gaw can have... I said Gaw... No, what? Stop going to the wrong thing! Jesus. Alright, we'll just give him Zone Seek permanently, since it doesn't matter. Alright, an Ether, and a Red Jacket, if you haven't found enough of them already. I don't even know why there's a switch there. Okay, a much more scary encounter with the same two enemies. Alright, so now we just need to wait for him to get away, and we need to tap the A button in order to do this whole process. Alright, get that. Magical Brush. Come on. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, unfortunately, these guys will knock you off, and it's just a timing thing, and hopefully you get lucky. Come on. Alright, treasure chest here containing a fake mustache. We made her. That sucks. Here we have Carcass, spelt in a rather unique way. Carcasses are susceptible to instant death, and they are undead. I don't know if I've talked about this quite yet, but any enemy that is dead or undead that can be hit with instant death will just revive, unless you use the life spell or Phoenix Down. So we're just going to take care of them that way. It's a lot easier. They are weak to fire and pearl. They absorb poison, level 43. They can cast Imp on you, as well as they have auto float. You can MP kill them if you want, but why would you bother? It's more effective to just cast the life spell. If you brought Sabin along, or Bolt, or Bum Rush, and they're just destroyed. Now there's the thing. Our most powerful character by far is Sabin, and I'm going to do my best to not abuse the ever-loving crap out of him, but he's so much my best character right now, and everyone else kinda lagging behind. Also, you probably want to save here. The reason for that is this room. Nope. I missed the input. The reason why we save there. For some godforsaken reason, this is a game over. Alright, let's try this again. You need the sprint shoes to make this even remotely possible. Oh, come on, I could make that. Okay, fine, we won't be greedy. But I can swear you can actually make it up to the other one without getting squashed. So we're gonna wait here. Now, there's a hidden item. At least I think it's hidden. Oh no, it's not hidden. We grab that and run straight down. You can just barely make it. Yeah, I don't know why they put a random game over feature in here, but at least they put a save point right before it. Alright, I would like to run into at least one more group of enemies that's different. Here we're going to use... Game? Oh, I gotta hit the switch first. I'm dumb. There we go. There is one more enemy around here that is important to run into. Well, not important, but someone else I would like to show. It's a battle with two new enemies, actually. There's another Thunder Shield. One of the reasons why I'm doing this now. Gives me access to a Thunder Shield a little earlier than otherwise. Alright, well I went in there, but I still want to show off some of these battles. So I just cut out me actually going in there. Nothing happened. You just see something that I don't want to see yet. I want to show you battles. Come on. I don't want to be in that room. There we go. I don't know why it took so long to run into these two, considering that's a 30%, like, there's 4 different battle formations. Each one is 32%, and then the last one is like 3%. So I don't know why it took so long, but regardless, we have Wart Puck, level 44, weak to fire, uses sleep, and Ogre, level 44, weak to bolt and poison, uses zombie. They dish out a lot of zombie hits, so you may want to be really careful and have, you know, protection. Again, this is why the ribbons. So we're weak to fire or bolt. So let's go with that, and hopefully we get lucky. And we did not. So he can counter with sneeze, sad to say. So you were weak to fire, right? Am I getting those right? No, you were weak to bolt. So let's use bolt on you. And we'll use fire on you, and we'll jump with you. Yeah, the enemies have a lot of health around here, and it's not fun to deal with. Yeah, so here's zombie. The reason why I protected those two is because Mog's going to be spending a lot of time in the air, so I don't need to protect him. And Gob kind of got shafted in multiple ways this time. Okay, now we'll see what's inside this room. After showing off that battle, there's one more enemy in here, but like I said, it's a 3% spawn. It's the enemy called Wooly. This particular one is level 43, weak to fire, absorbs ice, bolt, poison, wind, water, earth, can use berserk, can be MP killed, and susceptible to instant death. It's a pretty good defensive rage if you want to get it for Gaw. It takes too long trying to run into it. If you don't get it naturally, don't worry about it. Shrouded in odd clothing. Is this a man? A woman? Should we ask? Now, interestingly enough, the translations all kind of differ here a little bit. We have odd clothing versus heavy clothing in, or heavily clothed figure in the fan translation. And in the Game Boy Advance, they point out that he might not even be human. And the reason why I say he is various other forms of like pieces of media for this game have referred to him, including I think the Ultimania refer to him as him. Also, he uses the primarily male pronoun ore when he speaks in Japanese. Gogo. Gogo is, well, Gogo. I am Gogo, Master of Simulacrum. Master of Mimicry. Yeah, just like you were in Final Fantasy V, where you gave me the Mimic Job class. It's been a long time since anyone visited me here. You're stuck inside a giant Zone Eater worm thingy. My miming skills will astonish you. Yes, I have been idle for too long. If I deem you worthy, I'll mime your actions in battle. But first, you must tell me what you're doing here. What an unusual tale. But I sense you're trying to help make things right again. Should be fun. When do we leave? Okay then. I think if you backtrack all the way back to where we were, you can get out of the dungeon, but it's much faster to just cast the warp spell. Alright, yeah, the only encounter, the Tangier is gone. If you didn't run into it before, you can't now, save for the belt. We've recruited another character, Gogo. Now that we've recruited character, how many characters do I have left? We have lots of characters now. Which means we can tackle some of the bigger dungeons. Some of the dungeons that need more than one groups. Okay, we're back, and well, I've set up a number of characters, not just the 4 that are currently in my party. So let's go for a little tour here and pick up one thing that I'm missing. That's an interesting mountain formation. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they sold it here. Of course, I said that when I went to Zen in the first take of this. So yeah, I'm moving pretty slow. Let's go get another pair of sprint shoes. The other pair is on one of my other characters that's not in my party. And where the bloody hell is the relic shop? I thought it was down here. There it is. Please tell me you have sprint shoes. You have sprint shoes! Yay! No more slow! Alright, and of all characters, we're going to be giving them to Sabin. Everybody else has something. Now, I will show off what my gear is, but first there's one thing else I'd like to do before we head to where we're about to head to. And we're gonna make another trip over to Jador here. Jador is up here on this one? Yes. There's Jador. Now, you don't have to do this before going in, but it's your indication of why you should do what we're about to do. I'm not actually going to deal with the storyline that's going on here. If you go up here without turning on the lights, it tells you to stay away. Doesn't say if there's any summoners involved, but that's fine. We did talk to somebody about a secret when he saw the Emperor, or something like that. If you talk to the portrait twice, you obtain the Emperor's letter. Letter reads as follows. The treasure is hidden where the mountains form a star. Now, in the original Super Nintendo translation, this doesn't really tell you anything. It just says the treasure. Well, what treasure? For what? What does this have to do with anything? Well, this leads into one of my big complaints about how they handled this legendary treasure that Locke has been searching for all game long. They didn't translate it and keep it consistent in the Super Nintendo version, but they did fix it in the Game Boy Advance translation. The legendary treasure that he seeks has something to do with a mountain shaped like a star. Alright, we'll just leave that alone. We were never here. We'll deal with all that stuff later. But didn't I see something like that recently? Alright, we could go back, I think it's to Miranda, and revisit there if we wanted to, but that's fine. So there's Zen. Directly to the north, there's that chocobo forest I used before. But yeah, I guess if you look at it like that, it's kind of a star. If you try and land... Alright, we're going in. Okay, apparently this is the place. Form 2 groups. I'm going to have 2 parties in order to take down this area, and those 2 parties are a little unbalanced, but that's fine. We're going to bring both Gogo and Ga, our 2 newest characters. Sadly, Umaro is a terrible idea going in here. And the reason why he's a terrible idea going in here is because when we drop down into this cave, split into 2 parties, press the Y button to switch groups, press that hook over there in order to go back. They're not going to Well, I guess we're going to have to do this. Are they going to tell me what this place is? No, they're not. Okay. Well, I'll just tell you. This is the Phoenix Cave. Considering it's the Phoenix Cave, a place full of, you know, for a fire-breathing bird of resurrection, bringing a Yeti from the frozen north seems like a bad idea. Anyway, let's go and take a look at my setup here. Gogo is an interesting character that we'll get into in a moment. Here we have everyone set up with ice shields in this party. This is party number 2. We have an ice rod on Gogo because he actually equips rods. The first time we've had access to a rod wielder since we had, you know, the grandfather and granddaughter duo. And yeah, we've got people set up to try and stay alive. We have bought a second pair of sprint shoes because we have 2 parties we have to deal with now, and I don't want to switch them in between. Mog has the dragon boots and a hero ring because unfortunately I only have 1 dragon horn, and as far as I know, I don't know if you can get a second one of those ever. Well, maybe you get one like the final dungeon or something dumb, but you can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get another one. It's just a long way out, unless you'd want to use Mog. Now, here's the thing. I have kind of neglected this. I should talk about this. Mog with the Moogle charm. You can do what's called a Moogle raid with him, or at least that's how it's termed on walkthroughs, and send him into the Tower of Kefka and send him into the final dungeon and pick up 10, 15 or so of some of the best pieces of equipment and stuff that you want to bet at the Coliseum in the entire game, including another Minerva if you didn't happen to get lucky. So many nice things. We would love to pick them up, but it's a little cheap to do that, and I'm kind of designing my route around going back to places as seldom as possible, unless it's like to, you know, find a little bit of lore before going to a dungeon like I just did. But yeah, all of the enemies around here are going to use fire elemental attacks. They are also going to absorb fire elemental attacks. So we want some way of protecting ourselves against fire as well. The ice shields will nullify it, and we should be fine with this party. Party number 1 is the overpowered party. This one, I basically put ribbons on both of my Magic Knights. Sabin is sitting there with the sprint shoes because somebody had to have them, and everybody else kind of has better things to equip. He doesn't really need anything extra. He's going to cast either Air Blade or Bum Rush every round anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We've got Marvel Shoes on Gaw because him getting more turns is good. Gaw is not great at the moment. His Martial Rage has outlived its usefulness at this point, so he's not really going to be able to do too much, but most enemies around here are weak to ice, and I do have the Slam Dancer Rage, so that's pretty much what he's going to be doing. We get Dragonhorn on Edgar here, and yeah, we're pretty much all set up. We're mostly healed. I guess I'll have to use Osmos a little bit later, but that's fine. Anyway, if we're not going to go with Mog to grab a whole bunch of stuff, we should probably take a look at Gogo. Gogo is our new party member. He comes with the Mimic command. And if you look at his stats, they're absolutely fucking atrocious. He has by far the worst stats in the game. So we should probably boost them up. Well, you can't do that. Gogo is not a great character. Kind of the way he works is he has access to all of the magical spells. We can't go in there to check, but just trust me. He has access to all of the magical spells of the characters in your current party. Hence why Celeste is here to give Gogo access to all those spells. He can use Mimic, and he can use all of the other characters' special abilities. And in order to do that, you go into the status menu and, well, you can select things here. You can't remove Mimic, but you can apply all of the other abilities. And the reason why we can't do Sword Tech or Runic is because he's not currently equipping a sword that's compatible with either of those two things. So I'm going to give him access to Steel, and I'm going to give him access to Blitz because absolutely insane damage, yes please. And I could give him access to Item if I thought that would be useful. I could also give him access to Fight with his Ice Rod, which could do some decent damage. I could also do Throw, which would give me, well, everyone's weak to ice, and I don't have any ice scrolls because there aren't any. So I guess that's not a great idea. I could give him access to Lore, though, if I wanted to do that. I don't think I have any multi-targeted ice abilities in there. So yeah, I think I'll stick with that. And, oh yeah, and the magic ability there. That would make more sense. I'm going to move them around, put Steel at the bottom, put magic there where it normally is. So yeah, give him access to some magic spells. His stats suck. You can't boost his stats, but at least you can control him, unlike Umaru. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. I just wanted to set everybody up and get ready for this dungeon. This is, I don't know why it doesn't say it, but it's called the Phoenix Cave. This is where we've been directed, looking for the legendary treasure that Locke was looking for. And if you remember when we were, I think it's Miranda, we were back there, we talked to the guy who put Rachel into suspended animation. He had said that Locke was still out there looking for that legendary treasure. So we think we might be able to find Locke in here. That's the hope anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.